Hey guys, LMUHD here, back with another video, and today we're going to be going over the Samsung Galaxy S7. It's going to be replacing my Note 4, which I'm currently using, and I have been using for the last 2 years as my daily driver, and this is now going to become my daily driver. We're going to go over the differences between the S7 and the S5 with the water resistance. We're also going to go through the specs, the details about the actual phone, and I'm going to also kind of do a slight review of it versus the current Note 4 that I'm using, and I'm going to do a quick unboxing so that you guys can see what it looks like before and after you open it in the box, and a little bit of the stuff and the gadgets that they've included this year that they haven't usually included with the other phones. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So starting off, it comes in a really smooth black matte box this time, as opposed to the typical wood or paper kind of feel that they try and give you. This is really clean. It's got the chrome on the front, the foil look to it, really sleek. Inside that box is this one, which is the actual box with all of the good stuff inside there and all the stuff that you're looking for. I'm going to do this unboxing real quick so that I can show you guys what it looks like when you first get it. The phone almost falls out here for a second. And there it is. Right off the bat, that's what you're going to get looking into that box. The feeling is definitely worth it when you get it. Really smooth and really clean everything. Gonna dive right in, get that out of the way. You get your typical paperwork, SIM card. I already have mine, so I don't need to use this one. And then you're gonna get that SIM tray opener that's in there. I'm gonna peel off that plastic. I got a little bit ahead myself on the back and on the front. And remember with this phone that it is a glass back, so you're gonna probably want to get a case for it. I definitely did. And I had to also for my S7 Edge, which I ended up getting too late because I ended up cracking the screen and it cost $400 to replace. So just be careful with that. This is the little box with all the paperwork you're going to want inside of there that probably no one's going to ever read, as well as that SIM tray opener. The regular welcome to Samsung stuff, your warranty book, terms and conditions, health and safety. It's a Galaxy, getting it set up, health and safety warranty guide, and then about recycling and all that stuff. And then that goes to the side. It's going to come with that adaptive quick charging brick, as well as a new pair of headphones. And these headphones actually perform pretty well. I know in the past, Samsung in-ear buds have come with the phone. This time they're not necessarily in-ear buds. I would consider them more like the Apple Pods, where they sit on the outside of your ear, they don't go all the way in. This is a micro USB adapter where you can actually plug in this to your phone and then a cable from that to your other phone and more quickly transfer files instead of having to do it via micro USB if you don't have one, or through the cloud or through your computer. Comes with a 3-foot cable. Really nice, really clean. Everything. They do a good job making the unboxing experience just great. And there's nothing left in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this real quick so you can see what the case looks like. I actually use this case now every day to hold my headphones because it works so well and it stays shut pretty well and it's real smooth in your pocket. Here are all the accessories that are included with the phone so that you can see what they look like. And that headphone case has really come in handy. I'm going to go ahead and boot it up real quick, show you what it looks like from start to finish. I'm not going to take you all the way through the setup guide, but if you've had a Samsung before, it's pretty self-explanatory. Press start, go through, set up your date and time, your Wi-Fi, and that's about it. And there you go. That's what it looks like right out of the box when you boot it up. I have T-Mobile, and the bloatware on here is minimal at best. They put everything in its own folder already for you. It's perfect. No complaints with there. It's not slowing down the phone at all. So they've really gotten better with that. It comes with a 12 megapixel shooter on the front with the fingerprint, not the fingerprint sensor, the heart rate monitor on the back as well, still followed from the last phones. On the bottom, that is the most clicky and tactile home button I think I've ever used, and it is a great fingerprint reader. No issues there. This is your daytime running. You have options of doing a calendar or just the time, which is what I do. Great front shooter, 8 megapixels, still great in low light. Not as great as the back one, but it does great for selfies on wide angles. On the left, you're going to have, those are the antenna on the left and right, the antenna bars, 3.5 millimeter audio jack, still there, micro USB, and then the speaker. The power button is going to be on the right hand side by itself, unobtrusive from anything else. And then you have your volume rockers on the other side. And because of the curve on the back of the phone, it actually makes a really great experience just holding the phone in your hand. And I can't really explain it other than you've got to get your hand on one of these and just hold it compared to your other phones. That rounded edge on the side just makes the world of a difference. Even on the Galaxy S7 Edge, it still feels the same way. I'm used to using huge phones like the Note 2, the Note 4. I've had a Galaxy S5, and the water resistance is a big key factor here, and that's the SIM tray up top that you can pop out and take out, and it has a rubber seal on it so that it keeps that water out, and you can go swimming with it if you want. Really solid feel in the hand. Not too big, not too small. It's 5.5 inch, 1440p, 2K display. AMOLED screen. It gets real bright, perfect color saturation. I mean, it was cloudy out when I shot this, and it still performs great on auto, and it conserves battery life really well. I mean, this thing is a workhorse as well. On top of all the extra features that it comes with and the water resistance, its battery life is amazing with over 3,000 milliamp hours to go. I get done with a whole 15-hour day, heavy usage, and I got like 20% left before I got to charge it. It's a really sleek phone. Again, I just suggest that you get a case because you're going to need something to protect this expensive bad boy. Right now, with your carrier, you're probably going to pay about $600-700 for this phone, just at the 32 gigabyte version. But 40 bucks on Amazon right now for a 128 gigabyte mini SD from Samsung. So that you can expand that storage, and it's totally worth it. Also on Amazon, you can get it off contract for under $400 right now. So I'll leave a link to the mini SD card and the phone in the description below so you can see. You got all of your settings up top. You can pull down airplane mode, flashlights up there this time, which is great, as opposed to, I know, the S5 and before and the Note 4 and before, they don't have that flashlight option. You had to get an app for that. So that was really annoying. Going into the settings, they got the top priority things that they think you're going to need up top, battery usage, all that stuff. Again, it lasts me a full solid day, and I've used iPhones, I've used the S5, the Note 4, the Note 2. They have great battery life too, but for how much the screen is having to deal with and pack, and with all the features it's coming with now, this is really a true workhorse. I'm just showing you real quick the theme store, because when you first boot it up, you have to go and download it, and then you have to go back in. But then once you go back in, you can pick any theme out that you want. I'm selecting a Christmas theme right here to show you it'll give you a preview of what it looks like on the front main screen on your phone when you're dialing, for your contacts. It's not a whole lot different on this one from the actual stock Android that they give you, the skin on it, TouchWiz. But they have got some crazy variants. Everything Google comes in its own folder already. Multitasking is amazing. My phone was skipping a little bit just because my thumb was so cold, because I was outside and it was like 20 degrees. So I apologize about that, but the phone runs perfectly well. That was just a fluke. The camera, you just double tap with the home button and it's instantly open, even if it's on the lock screen. It goes straight to it. And then you can just start taking pictures. I mean, there's no lag at all. I've had this phone now for a good 2 months maybe, and it's still no issues whatsoever. 8 megapixel front back shooter. Just put your hand up and it'll actually recognize it and take a picture for you. Just going through the playback on all the pictures, really great stuff. You just go through and you can delete real easily. No issues with any of that. I know sometimes when you go back onto your phone gallery, it takes a while for your photos to boot back up, even if you've done a software update. Just showing you what the Google Play Store looks like on the phone as opposed to my hands. It hasn't changed, obviously. It's just, you're going to be able to take more advantage of some of these apps now that you have a more capable phone if you're moving to this, or you're looking to move towards this from, I would say if you've got an S5 right now, and or the active line, if you got the S5, 6, or 7 active, you're great, as long as it's running well and smooth. If you've got an S5 and it's getting jittery, I wouldn't go to a S6. I know they're cheap, but I wouldn't go to it because it's not water resistant. It's got a bigger camera bump on the back and a smaller battery, and it doesn't perform well. Go look up some reviews. The battery life on the S6 is just terrible. My brother has one, and he wishes he hadn't bought it, but he got it because it was cheap. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching and getting to the end of this video. I really appreciate y'all. Just make sure y'all go ahead and like and subscribe down below. I also have a link to Amazon for the phone if y'all want to buy it outright for under $400 instead of paying over $600 to your carrier. So with that in mind, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks.